The Positive Engagement project was to better understand the drivers and barriers to engaging with Job Centre Plus services. We launched a range of voluntary provision for claimants, but the take-up wasn't as expected. I really wanted to understand the behaviours underlying that and why claimants were not engaging. And I felt a really good way of doing that was by involving Policy Lab and commissioning some ethnographically informed research.
Ethnography is a type of lived experience research where we immerse ourselves in the person's everyday life. In lab, we do this with film ethnography. We go into people's worlds and spend up to 8 hours with them. We do everything that they would do in an average day with them, from the school run to the washing up. The final results are short ethnographic films that are great for engaging a wider audience inside government.
The whole thing came about from the disability advisor at the job centre. I was a bit down. I'd had health problems. I'd gone through a high earning path to being on benefit. The approach from the researcher was very much open questions and allowing things to flow. And that was really valuable because it allowed me to get across a lot of the information that I had in my head.
Ethnography is different to other forms of qualitative research because it's led by the participant and it uncovers things that we might not have been expecting. And those are things that the policymaker might not have been expecting either. And that gives them a window into a world that they never would have had, because it's very easy as a policymaker to not be connected to the people that you're making policy for.
I think it's incredibly valuable for the government to talk to citizens because you need to test the system, and the only real test is the end user. People on the ground may point out the obvious that you've missed because you just sometimes can't see the wood for the trees. By listening to them as stakeholders and consumers of your policy, you can make your policy making a system more effective and more efficient.
At Policy Lab, we think that it's really important to build empathy for the people that policymakers are making policy for, and film ethnography is a really great way of doing that. Films really land with policymakers, they connect with the stories, and I think that that's a really important space for great ideas to flourish.
The ethnography revealed a really rich picture of the claimant's circumstances. Once the research was complete, we had some design sessions to generate options. We tested these options in a network of job centres. Some of these options have been adopted as business as usual and some we're still testing, so it's very much a live project.
No one person, whether the policymakers, the government or the citizens, have a monopoly on ideas. By instigating a partnership and listening, you've got more willing recipients of the policy system you're putting in place. We're all in this together, working as this is cheap rather than them and us. By adopting that approach, you will get 10 times more back than the expenditure and time and effort you put into conducting that research.